already happy with what I had. Now slowly but surely, over the next year, I upgraded my desk, I built a better PC with a 4090, an i9 13900K, 64GB of DDR5 RAM, all the best parts you could think of. Then I actually got another PC just to record from. I got lights, more controllers, I was able to build a whole PC setup for my brother, and when I just moved 5 months ago, this became my current gaming setup, worth almost $20,000. It's crazy to think that none of this would have ever happened if I didn't just buy that $450 gaming PC. Click here to watch me build my current gaming setup, or click here to watch. I am moving, which means I will never see this room or gaming setup ever again, and this is my new room. I have a completely blank canvas to work with, and I can make anything happen. So by the end of this video, this space will be completely transformed into my dream gaming room. So let's get started. The first thing that I had to do was obviously move everything out of the old house, which I've lived here since I was 10 years old. So it was a really weird feeling to see my entire gaming room that once looked like this, now look like this. But after driving 8 hours to my new house, it was time to get to work. The only issue was I didn't actually have any of my stuff yet. I had to wait for the movers to show up the next morning, and then my room was left looking like this. They basically brought up my desk, my bed, my dresser, and then everything else was packed away in boxes. So that night, I finally could start building my room how I wanted it. Now, it takes time to build your dream gaming room from scratch. So first things first, I needed a functional setup to game and record videos on. So step one was to simply clear out the space where my setup would be. At this point, I had monitors and PCs and graphics cards just everywhere. So clearing everything off gave me the space I needed. But one item remained on the desk, and that's my brand new 2 gigabit fiber internet. After years of dealing with high ping and my streams lagging and all the bad internet issues, one of the biggest things I wanted for my new room is fast internet. And this is definitely fast. It's 50 times faster than the average internet, and make sure I can get 0 ping in Fortnite, as well as never have anything lag again. Next, I have this IKEA drawer that was kind of in the way, so after clearing out all the paper the movers put in there, which was way too much, I moved it into place between the wall and my desk, and this will eventually be the place that I put all my consoles on top of. But first, it's time to put my dual PC setup together. I wiped down the top of my desk because it's been sitting in a moving truck for a week, and then started to set up my monitor mount. Once I had all 3 of those in place and secured to the desk, it was time to mount the triple monitor. Now, you don't need monitor arms for a gaming setup, but it's definitely way nicer because with the arms, you can adjust the monitors in literally any way you want. Make them taller, shorter, tilt left or right or up or down, or even make one of your monitors vertical, which is what I do with this one. It also clears off the top of your desk, so everything just looks and feels way cleaner. Now, it took some extra work, but I got my triple monitors lined up exactly how I wanted to, and you can really tell how clean the arms make everything look from this angle. So the next step to making sure my setup actually works is bringing in my PCs. This is a dual PC setup, so the first one coming in is my recording PC that takes care of OBS and cameras and all that. It's in an all-white case and is actually an all-white build. It looks pretty cool, but that one goes up on the desk behind the left monitor. And then the next is my dedicated gaming PC, which is actually the same exact case, but in black. So this PC I actually built myself about a year and a half ago, while my recording PC, a company built it for me with custom parts and then shipped it to me. And basically having the dual setup allows my gaming PC to only focus on gaming, so we can run at the highest possible performance with no delays or FPS drops. It's a little overkill, especially with the parts that I have in these PCs. Like, it's about to get nerdy for a second, but this gaming PC has an RTX 4090, an i9 13900K, and 64GB of DDR5 RAM. Then my recording PC has an RTX 4070 Ti, an i7 13700K CPU, and 32GB of DDR5 RAM. Okay, the nerdy part is over, but basically these are kinda overkill, and the only way you'd ever really need 2 PCs is if you're a pro or YouTube is your job. These are part of my dream setup though, so far we have basically all the most important parts in. The desk is up, all the screens are mounted, we have all the PCs, and now I can start putting on some of the peripherals. I'd say these things things aren't as important as having a good PC and a good main monitor, but for me, I definitely like good stuff. Now, I have this headset for when I'm at my setup, but if I'm gonna head out, then I use these. The Raycon Everyday Earbuds. And next I want to sponsor this part of the video, so let me take a quick minute to tell you about them. These come in at literally half the cost as the big names, but the sound and quality are right on par. Like, the active noise cancellation is easily my favorite part. I mean, in cars, planes, buses, even like the gym, I can just block out all of the noise and focus in on what I'm doing. On a full charge, these can run for up to 32 hours, but even better is when you inevitably forget to charge them and they're dead. You can throw them on the charger for 10 minutes and you'll get an hour and a half of battery. You also got the style aspect, including a protective case, which of course supports wireless charging to make everything as easy as possible. So go to buyraycon.com/Carter2K to get up to 50% off your purchase store-wide, because these are actually a great deal if you need some earbuds or even to give as a gift. So just 50% off at buyraycon.com/Carter2K, and now let's keep building my room. And just imagine if this is all I had to have. Like, imagine if one day we could get everything in a setup wireless. I mean, this looks so clean, but unfortunately, that doesn't exist yet. Basically, everything except for my keyboard and mouse are still wired, so I started plugging some stuff in and then separated all of my cables. And yes, I'll need every single one of these. I spent the next hour just plugging everything in and trying to remember how it was all set up. I took videos of everything at my old house, so thankfully I had something to reference, because if I had to plug all this stuff in from memory, I would have ruined everything. But even with the reference, this part definitely sucked. However, once I finished, I finally completed my first goal, to make my setup function. Adding a wireless charger, my audio mixer, a keyboard and mouse for my streaming PC, and my controller, I could officially game and record videos, which I actually did. I played the Solo Victory Cup, and you can see just how plain my background is. I set up 2 of my RGB floodlights to add some sort of background, but the next day, there was still a lot of work to be done. You couldn't see it from my face cam, but I had all of this stuff pushed to the corners, so it looked like my room was clean, but in reality, it looked like this. The movers packed literally everything I had in just so much paper. It's a good thing because nothing broke, but unboxing everything definitely took a while. The one thing that I'm very glad they did use a ton of packing paper on is all of my controllers. But because I have literally 46 of them, I basically did this for 30 minutes straight. And when I say I have 46 controllers, I'm not even exaggerating. I have literally 46 of them. So with this many controllers, I need somewhere to put them, and unfortunately, I just don't really have the space in my room. But the good part is, I don't have that many clothes, so my closet actually has some extra space. I have these pegboard things along with some controller hooks, so I was able to line the bottom left of my closet with these and then fill up every single hook with a controller. Because there is 46 of them, some are definitely better and more expensive than others, so that's kind of how I decided which ones get a hook and which ones end up on the floor for now. I think it'd be cool to eventually figure out how to display the best ones on my wall, but for right now I'm not sure how to do that, so this will have to do. Now my issue is that I have a ton of travel cases and boxes for these, so my solution was to just kind of shove them under my bed. Let's not talk too much about that part though, because next I actually found a white keycap set for my Wu-Ting keyboard, and a couple of weeks ago Gigabyte sent me this white monitor. So I got an idea. Like I showed earlier, my streaming PC is an all-white build, so I thought it'd be cool if I switched out my left monitor for an all-white one and then put an all-white keycap set on that side of my desk as well. I'm not sure if I like the look yet. It's kinda cool, kinda dumb. The idea though is that the white keyboard controls the white PC, which uses the white monitor. So it's basically its own little setup right there, all color coded. And then on the right side is the black PC with the black monitors and black keyboard. Maybe sort of like a yin and yang type look. So let me know if you think it looks cool or dumb. But that was just a little side quest, because to finish my dream gaming room, there's still more that needs to be done. And next on that list is to just clean up all the random stuff on my floor and find spots for it. I mean, boxes, monitor bases, pictures, even a whole extra PC. It took some work, but I ended up finding spots for most things, and then some of the extra boxes and random stuff, I had to resort to this kind of creepy attic space right next to my room. I feel like this room could be in a scary movie. Like, I'm just gonna walk around this corner and get jump scared. Anyways, we'll lock all the scary stuff away, and now it is officially time to get started on the details. My bed is in place, my dual PC setup is all ready to go, and everything else found a spot. So next up is to figure out what to do triangle nano piece. I spent some time looking for inspiration and landed on this, which is supposed to look like mountains, and then this, which is supposed to look like a YouTube play button logo. I ended up having some extra panels, so I modified the mountain range a little bit, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I like how it turned out. But the main goal was to add something cool to my face cam backgrounds and videos, so I guess it kinda accomplished that part. I still have some extra panels, so I might modify even more, because right now,